things in the society. I mean, this is just one example that came to my mind. There are others as well. If you look at it, if this kind of rights business taken to the extreme, will there be harmony? There won't be harmony. Then it is dharmic. It is not dharmic. Then we have to find another way of addressing the situation to meet the needs of a certain particular group of people. Once we disagree on that part, it is easy to do. That is why, I mean, this is not a, what you call, today's thing also. Why dharma is confusing is because, for example, take the Ramayana for example. Vibhishana was Ravana's brother. Kumbhakarna was also Ravana's brother. Vibhishana left Ravana and came on the Rama's side. Kumbhakarna fought for Ravana. Now, whose dharma is better? The question needs to be asked. Ultimately, the discussion needs to happen in the families about issues that are affecting the society in an open mind, with this focus in mind. What is dharma? Dharma is something that supports. Whether a thing which is the trending right now, if this continues, will it create harmony is the question. On that basis, if we discuss, then some solution will come eventually. That is where, when we learn all these different skills, I mean, whether we learn Ramayana stories or the Hanuman stories or the Mahabharata stories, Krishna stories, all that, the purpose, if you really look at all these different stories, all of them talk about dharma only. And in some stories, dharma is not very clear. Clear meaning, like I told you about the story of Kumbhakarna and Vibhishana. When Rama was leaving for Vanavas, Kausalya told, Yam palayasi dharmatvam dhritya cha niyamena cha savai raghava shardola dharmasvam abhirakshati. That's what Rama did when he went to Vanavas. When Duryodhana came before the Mahabharata war to his mom, give me blessings to win the war. Gandhari said, what did she say? She said, Yatho dharmastato jaya. That means, she did not say just because you are my son, you have to win. This concept of dharma is something that we need to ponder always. When this discussion on dharma becomes very complicated, I will just switch the context and I will tell one statement. It probably is beneficial to most of these youngsters. There is a philosopher called Karl Popper. What Karl Popper, there is amongst many things that he said, there is something called a paradox of intolerance. That means, it goes something like this. Unlimited tolerance of the intolerant by the tolerant will lead to eventual elimination of the tolerant by the intolerant. I will repeat. Unlimited tolerance of the intolerant by the tolerant will eventually lead to the elimination of the tolerant by the intolerant. Ultimately, if you look at it, we should not sit quiet when you see intolerance in the society. Because, our Shastra say, ahimsa paramo dharma, will not fight. That should not be the case. That is, of all the things I said, I will leave you with this. Even though my name is Madhusudana, I am not Krishna or anything like that, but the point still remains. If you read Bhagavad Gita, our Swamiji here in the Thousand Oaks Temple asked us to write entire Bhagavad Gita, copy in a paper. I was just thinking, once I finish in the next 3 weeks, I can claim that I also wrote Bhagavad Gita. Now, why I am saying is that I am in the last chapter, 18th chapter. I am simply copying and pondering about it. Of all the things, many times Arjuna asked, I didn't understand, he repeated, etc., all those things. Ultimately, what Krishna said, I have told everything that needs to be told. Now you do whatever is right. I will leave that with you. With 2 slokas. I love the Samskrita slokas. The Subhashitas and other things that we teach in the Shaka. Adhishtanam tata karta karanam cha Vidam Vividashta Pratak Cheshta Daivam Chaivatra Pancham. This particular sloka is very often used in the Sangha Bhauti. That means there are various tools that person, tool, many different things that are needed to do good things. There are 4 things. But the 5th thing is most important. That means Daivanugraha, the blessings of the gods. When we take up activities under Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh to preserve, protect and promote dharma in this land that we have adopted for ourselves, we need that divine blessings. And finally, this journey is not tomorrow's, day after's or 10 years. It is a long journey. In that connection, I will leave you with one more shloka, because that is something that helps at least me to reflect and say that at times when things don't go according to our plan. I mean, some of you already know about the SB 403, how much difficult it was to fight in the Assembly and the Senate and different orchestrations that we had to do. And finally, like the sloka says, Daivam Chaivatra Panchakam. That means God's blessing was there, and somehow he told governor to veto that particular bill. That is important. And the fight is not over. Now, right now in New Jersey they are starting very similar exercise. So in that connection, remembering this is a long journey. Shanai Panta, we have done this Subhashita in the Shaka recently. Shanai Panta, Shanai Kanta, Shanai Parvata Mastake, Shanai Vidya, Shanai Vittam, Panchayitani, Shanai Shanai. That means the climb towards the mountain starts with a single step. Similarly, earning education, earning wealth. Now that I am close to retirement, I strongly believe in this one. Shanai Vidya, Shanai Vittam. It is a long journey. It gathers by drop, step by step. Let's reflect on that journey and take hope on this occasion of Vijayadashmi to do dharma in the society.